a beginner summoner guide to Terraria. This guide will cover from pre-hard mode, after bosses, all the way up until Plantera. Pre-hard mode is footage from a separate video, so you can go check that out. Link will be in the description, and the Cool Whip is also a separate tutorial, link in the description. Before we get into hard mode though, we'll go over some stuff that you'll need to do in pre-hard mode. So once we get to hard mode, our first weapons will be spider armor and the spider staff, and we'll go over the whip later. So we'll actually prepare an arena to farm for these pre-hard mode, as it's a lot easier. So first, find an underground spider cave and collect as many cobwebs as possible. We'll be making our own artificial spider cave, that way we can build an arena in it, and it's a lot easier to farm without dying, plus we can set our spawn point there. So collect as many cobwebs as possible. The tip here is if you have a danger sense potion, cobwebs will actually glow in the dark in case you need to find one of these caves if you don't already have one in your world. Next, we'll want to make spider walls out of these cobwebs. So you'll need to make a graveyard biome and then place down a workbench. So just place at least 7 gravestones down and then a workbench, and then craft as many spider walls as you can. These walls by themselves will not be able to spawn the black recluse enemy, which drops spider fangs, but we'll turn these into contaminated ones by throwing them in the shimmer. So go to the side of your world that's jungle and then dig around far underground until you find the shimmer biome. Then throw all of the walls you crafted into the shimmer, and then you'll get infected spider walls. And now place these in the cavern layer. Make sure it's not the underground layer. You can tell by the background changing to stone from dirt, but here I accidentally put in the underground layer, not knowing that the enemy will not spawn here. And after you have plenty of walls placed down, we'll move on to fighting Wall of Flesh. We'll come back here later to farm enemies. This footage is from my separate Wall of Flesh guide video. We'll not be using summoner weapons specifically for Wall of Flesh, as for a beginner, I'd recommend not going classes until hard mode. A complete guide to pre-hard mode Wall of Flesh. This guide assumes that you've already beaten every other pre-hard mode boss, so the gear that we'll want is full meteor armor with a space gun, as this armor will make you use 0 mana. Then an imp staff, which is optional but I'd highly recommend, and then at least 200 beat nades. Here I have 10,000 as I farm them a ton. And something that's optional but can really help out is having the hive pack accessory. And we'll go over how to get all of these items in this video for a complete beginner. So starting out, to get bee nades, you'll need to get grenades and drop from Queen Bee called beadwax. To get grenades from the Demolitionist NPC, if you don't have them, just have an empty house and either bombs, dynamite, or grenade in your inventory and wait. Then go to the jungle and look around till you find a big beehive. You should see a platform in the middle, so break that, build an arena, and fight Queen Bee. Keep farming these and get a ton of beeswax and bee nades and make bee nades out of them. If you got lucky, you might have gotten a hive pack. If not, don't worry about it. Then we need to go to the Underworld and mine Hellstone. An obsidian potion is recommended here. This is for the imp staff and for a pickaxe. So after you finish mining Hellstone, hopefully you'll find one of these hell forges down in the Underworld while you're here. You'll need one of these if you don't already. Now find a lava pool above the Underworld and pour water onto it to make obsidian. Mine the obsidian, go up, place the Hellforge, and make as many Hellstone bars as you can. If you have extras after crafting, you can sell them. Now make an imp staff, and optionally a molten pickaxe. As you can see, bee nades are grenades that blow up and, well, spawn grenades. And the imp staff will spawn these imps that will follow you and help you. Now, you need to find a meteor. After fighting bosses, eventually one will spawn in your world, and it'll look like this. So just keep waiting, you'll see a notification. Then, back at your furnace, make meteor bars. As many as you can sell extras. Now make a full set of meteor armor and a space gun. When you have meteor armor equipped, the space gun uses 0 mana, so you can just spam it. As you can see, here's the set bonus that I was talking about. Now we've got our stuff. Hive pack, maybe, and then at least 200 bee nades, an imp staff, meteor armor, and a space gun. Pre-hard mode classes I don't really like, so that's why we're kind of mixing class here with mage, throwing, which is technically range class, and summoner. Now equip the armor and go down to the Underworld. Then you'll need to farm for a guide voodoo doll from the voodoo demon enemy. It's a 100% drop rate, so just keep farming till you find it. As you can see, this is what the enemy looks like right here, and they're pretty easy to defeat. Then throw that guide voodoo doll into lava while you have the guide, and now go ahead and beat Wall of Flesh. Start out throwing all your bee nades. This will get rid of the hungries, which are those arms in front of it, and do a ton of damage. And then after you run out of bean aids, switch to your space gun and make sure to have your imps summoned the entire time. And it should be a pretty simple fight. Now that you've beaten Wall of Flesh, go farm spiders in the spider biome that you made, and then make a full set of spider armor and a spider staff. Make sure you don't make a queen spider staff. Then you want to go into your underground hollowed biome and look around till you find a gelatin crystal, which can blend in with the other crystals, but as you can see here, it sort of spins around and shines, so it should be pretty easy to find. And then break this. We'll use this to fight Queen Slime, which will use their weapons for mechs. So then go to the above ground hollowed and spawn it. If you got lucky, you may have gotten a Flame Lash Whip from Wall of Flesh. If so, you can use it here. If not, you don't need it. Just focus on dodging attacks and let the spiders attack Queen Slime, and you should be able to take it down pretty easily. This will be the easiest pre-hard mode boss. So next, you want to keep farming this enemy until you get the Blade Staff, which will be your main summon. If you're Whip, you'll want to use the Cool Whip as it's the best that's pre-mech. So to get this, you'll need 8 Souls of Light, 8 Souls of Night, and 1 Frost Core. To get the Souls of Light, go to the cavern layer of your hollowed biome and start farming any enemies. A really good tip here is if you want to get quick items that are drops for a biome, like a biome key or souls, you can spawn King of Slime in that biome, and the slimes you'll spawn next to the King Slime will actually count. Next, to get Souls of Night, go to the cavern layer of your Corruption or Crimson biome and do the exact same. And the King Slime trick will work here too. It'll work in any biome, including biome keys. And then finally, you want to go to your ice biome during a blizzard and find an ice golem. These are hard enemies, but it's a 100% drop rate. So you kill one, go to your Mythic Anvil, and craft the Cool Whip. It's that simple. Now that you have the Cool Whip, you'll want to spawn the mech bosses at night. Though I would not recommend fighting them at the same time like I did. So here are the crafting recipes for the summons, and you'll want to use the Blade Staff combined with the Cool Whip to focus. For Skeletron Prime, you want to focus the arms first, because after all the arms are defeated, the core will take way less damage and has lower defense, plus will do less damage. For the twins, focus on the green eye and take it out first before you take out the red one, as that'll make it easier. And for Destroyer, literally just make your whip target Destroyer and ignore the probes as they do very little damage. Now you want to keep farming these until you get enough hollow bars to make a full set of hollowed armor, along with the Durndale Whip. And now just go into your jungle biome, look around till you find a Plantera bulb. It's a pink flower, then dig out a small area for arena, break it, and this will spawn Plantera. For Plantera, you want to focus the main bulb while ignoring the arms as they will respawn. Another strategy, if you're struggling, is dig a large tunnel down through the world that's at least 6 tiles wide. If you use bombs here, they will actually break exactly 6 tiles wide and go down that tunnel slowly while fighting Plantera. If you're struggling in this fight, you can use a Flame Lash Whip drop from Wall of Flesh to inflict Plantera with fire damage, as this will help you get a little bit extra damage, but make sure to use your Durndale Whip as your main weapon, as it does way more damage. Thanks for watching. If you want some more tutorials, click the link on the bottom right. The bottom left are Terraria videos on underrated and overrated items. Top left is a tier list of every boss in Terraria ranked by difficulty. The top right is a subscribe button. When I hit 500 subscribers, I'll have a series that you, the viewers, can participate in, so be sure to like and subscribe for more.